You gonna have babies today? That was quite a surprise. We weren't expecting that. Okay, Daphne surprised us with going into labor a day early. Usually they deliver anywhere from 145 days to 155 days, but she decided on day 144, like, she's done. Now, here's sort of a wives' tale, or I don't know if it's really accurate, but they say that if the udder gets really, really big before kidding, then that means they'll have more bucks because their body knows they need to take care of bucks. I don't know if it's totally accurate, but Daphne's udder doesn't look very big, and I know she has 3 to 4 in there. So maybe she's gonna have 4 dolings. I don't know, we're on a doling streak right now, so maybe. So while we're waiting on Daphne to deliver her kids, here's the genetic color predictions. Now, Daphne is really similar to Olive. The only real difference is that Daphne has moon spots and blue eyes. So it's going to be really similar probabilities. We've got a 50% chance of chamazé and a 50% chance of them being black. Now, last year, Daphne had 2 little red does, and all of that redness came from Napoleon. So this year is going to be a lot different. We do have a 50% chance of blue eyes and a 50% chance of moon spots. There is a 0 chance of them being pulled though. Now, Daphne is one of my best goats. She's 87th percentile in her production. So compared to all the other Nigerian dwarf does that were on milk test last year, she was in the 87th percentile, which means she was really high. So combining her production with Phoenix production, hopefully we get a good pairing. Daphne's a funny one. She is very loud and she completely eats all the way up until delivery. She doesn't care, guys. She wants to eat. Guess who kept us up all night and didn't deliver? But now she's gonna deliver now at 10 a.m. She's ready. Well, guys, here's where it got tricky. So since we weren't getting much progression, I decided to go ahead and give another check, see if we had anything going on. Daphne's tricky because she doesn't really give an indication that things are getting worse. So I have to do multiple checks to make sure that she's progressing. Unfortunately, when I checked this time, there were 2 heads trying to come down into the birth canal at the same time, which always disheartens me because I know I'm gonna have to get in there, maneuver things around, and get a little more aggressive than I like to get. But Daphne was such a champ. She's so nice and wide. It makes it so much easier to get in there and move stuff around. And after a little bit of work, getting the head forward and getting the leg forward, we pulled out our first kid. Right after that, I was able to grab the second one, and then there was a third and a fourth, and if you guys can believe it, there was a 5th kid. She had 5 kids. Unfortunately, though, we had a couple that didn't make it. Wow, okay, so that was rough. Daphne is so tough because she acts like she's not in distress at all. She hardly ever pushed. I just had a feeling I should go in and check, even though you normally do not intervene unless they act like they're in distress. And wouldn't you know it, there was a head right there in the canal. She wasn't pushing. It's so odd because she's nice and wide. I think it was because there was a live one and a dead one trying to come out at the same time. But we ended up with 4 does, 1 buck. Unfortunately, 2 of the does didn't make it. So now we have 2 does and 1 buck, which is still great. I still can't believe she had that many does, but I just feel bad for her that she had so many stuck right there and wasn't pushing it out. We had this situation right here. And so the one that was coming first was dead, and I just think that that's what kind of held stuff up. It's so hard because, you know, I've been checking her and she seemed fine, everything was fine, and then finally when I checked her last, there's a head in the canal, or 2 heads and they're trying to come in the canal, and then stuff like this happens. But can you believe she had 4 does and 1 buck? Like, that's insane to me. Well, you did a good job. I'm sorry. Oh, good mama. You okay? There you go. Let's get up. Is it slippery, slidey? Good job. Good job, mama.
Time for your close-up. Time for your close-up.
This is how we know that they are Daphne's babies.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. It's like they're going, Mom. Mom, help me. This lady's doing to me. Oh, you're okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Time for your headshot.
Go. That's a long one.
You're way tougher than that boy.
Yeah, girls are strong.
Time for your headshot. Oh, you are the loudest one of all.
Oh, man. There you go. Yeah. It's like they completely forget to drink.
I know.
They forget to take care of themselves, and then they get a taste of that. So it gives her some quick energy and hydration and B vitamins. So it's always good to give to mamas right after they deliver. Ready? Sorry.
Oh, man.
So aggressive. It's cold.
Yeah, can't drink that fast. Rain,
Feel that belly.
rain.
So a friend of ours was able to give us a little bit of extra milk. We are really out of milk right now because Tilly is feeding her 2 dolings all of her milk. Hazel's feeding her 2 dolings all of her beginning colostrum. And you would think, why not just get the powdered stuff from the store? Why not just have that in stock? Actually, it is really hard for baby goats to digest, and it can cause constipation and colic and gas, all sorts of issues. They can even die from all of those issues, especially when you have runts. So when it comes to baby goats, we don't give them the powdered stuff. The order and what you give baby goats goes like this. First is mama's milk. If you don't have mama's milk, then another mama's fresh goat's milk. If you don't have that, store-bought goat's milk. And if you don't have that, then whole cow's milk. Those are all much easier for baby goats to digest. So yeah, so that's why we borrowed it from a friend. That's why we don't keep the powdered stuff on hand, because at the very least, we have our freeze-dried powdered milk in the pantry. Remember, we freeze-dried our milk last year. So we could go to that as the final step, but we have all these other options in the meantime. We were hoping that our does would take care of it, but they're not quite fully producing milk. They're just doing the beginning milk for their babies right now. So, but little Newt's doing so much better. He is like so fast, so strong. He loves to run around. Look how fast he is now. He is doing really well. Oh, you're doing so good, huh? If we walk really fast and shuffle around, then he'll hop and chase after us. Lydia, they also all have blue eyes.
Oh my goodness. Daphne, what did you do?
There's one that's a Chamazé with blue eyes. Sorry if I butchered that pronunciation. That one is a Buckling. This one's also has blue eyes. He's just black. We call him just black with blue eyes. And then this Doling back here.
She has like brown legs.
I haven't decided if she has moon spots yet or not. So at least we have 2 Dolings and 1 Buckling. Just really bummed about the other 2 Dolings. That would have been really cool to have all of them here.
That would be the first time we had 5, I think.
I think that is the first time we've ever had 5. She had 4 Dolings and 1 Buckling. Is that crazy?
That's insane.
You notice that? Like the runts always have a hard time
holding their head up.
Well, it has been a long couple of days. I'm pretty tired. So the good news is all the other babies are doing well. Newt's doing well. Olive is not even close. Her ligaments are nice and strong. I could just kiss her right now. And we know that Tatum isn't due till this weekend. So got a bit of a breather. I'm gonna catch up on my sleep, put this video up, and then I do have some really fun footage of the babies and a little funny beginning stuff we did with Newt. So I will put that up probably in a few days as well. But It's so nice to have Kevin and Lydia as a help. They're just so helpful, and it's been actually really fun. A little bit tiring this last time, but it's been really fun. It's like my favorite part of raising my own kids on a farm. Is just all of the memories and all of the just funny moments. We've been sitting out here watching movies on the little TV Kevin brought out here that only half the sound works on. And we've been, you know, ordering pizza and just sitting here laughing about how we're, you know, watching a goat in labor while we're eating pizza, and it's just like such fun times. So I just really enjoy that part of it. But yeah, last night was a bit rough, but we're okay, we're okay. We're gonna just move forward and be thankful for what we have and that Daphne's doing well. When I do have rough deliveries like that, I like to give them antibiotics, pain reliever, and a steroid. One of them is prescription, so I have to get that from the vet, but that combination is really helpful for rough deliveries. It helps prevent a lot of swelling, helps her not be in so much pain, and she will recover a lot faster. So we're gonna give her that and hopefully get her to start feeling better and heal a lot faster, and then she can take care of her little triplets, and she's doing a great job. She's a great mom. I'm really happy with her. We'll have to look in the daylight maybe in a couple days and see if any of them have moon spots. I'm not really sure. Not really sure yet. It's a bit hard to tell right now. Maybe that one. It's kind of tricky.